They told me Black Hollow Road was just a story, an old ghost tale to keep kids away from the woods. But the night I saw the lantern swinging through the trees, calling my name, I understood this wasn't folklore. It was a trap, waiting for someone like me. Briar Ridge, Ohio, is the kind of small town where legends are passed down like family recipes. But even here, Black Hollow Road is spoken about in whispers. After midnight, no one drives through. They say you'll see a lantern swinging by itself, as if someone is walking just ahead of you. And if you follow it, you won't come back. The story goes back to 1936 when Elias Granger and his family lived in a creaky old farmhouse near the woods. One stormy night, their home caught fire. Some say it was a lightning strike. Others say masked men came to rob them, but something went wrong. When the flames died, Elias was found outside, clutching a lantern, his body half burnt. His wife and daughter were never found. Locals claim Elias still walks those woods, searching for them. Since that night, people say his lantern never stopped swinging, luring in the curious and the unlucky. Over the decades, hikers, hunters, and even police officers have reported seeing a glowing light swaying through the dense trees. Most turned back, a few didn't. None of them were seen again. Kevin Mallory, a truck driver who knew the legend but didn't believe in ghost stories, was hauling a late-night delivery when he saw the light. His radio began to hiss with static. Then, through the noise, a whisper pierced the silence. Kevin, his own name, spoken from the darkness. He flicked on his high beams, expecting to reveal an animal or a prankster, but the lantern vanished. Moments later, in his rearview mirror, the lantern was inside his truck, swinging gently behind his seat. Kevin swerved off the road, heart pounding. He claimed he saw a figure charred, skin clinging to bone, holding the lantern up to his window. Kevin survived, but never drove that route again. Locals believe the Lantern Man isn't just a spirit tied to the woods. He's looking for someone to take his place, to bear the lantern next. 3 months after Kevin's encounter, a woman named Sarah Jenkins disappeared near Black Hollow Road. Her car was found idling by the roadside, headlights on, doors wide open. On the passenger seat lay an old lantern, its glass fogged from heat, as if it had been burning moments before. There were no footprints, no signs of struggle, nothing, just silence. Rumors spread quickly. Some whispered that the Lantern Man had finally found someone, but others believe his search continues, that each person who sees the light is marked, stalked, until their time comes. So if you're driving late at night and you see a lantern swinging ahead in the darkness, whatever you do, don't follow it, and never ever let it follow you. Have you ever seen a light where it shouldn't be? Heard a voice whispering your name when no one's around? Share your story in the comments or email me at mr.somberrift@gmail.com. Your nightmare could become the next legend. Let me tell you about something I thought was just a campfire story until I heard it myself. There's a place about 40 minutes outside of El Paso, Texas called Devil's Ridge. Not marked on any official maps, but locals know it. It's a rocky, elevated stretch of desert with jagged cliffs and dry brush. People used to go there to party in high school until something started happening. Something none of us could explain. They say you can hear a girl crying out there, late at night, always around the same spot near the southern ridge. Not just sobbing, it's more like a slow, shuddering wail, and the closer you get to it, the quieter it becomes, almost like it's hiding from you. Some say she's the ghost of a little girl who fell off the cliffs in the 1952nd. Others say she was pushed. Some even claim she's not a ghost at all, but something older, wearing the form of a child to lure people in. I didn't believe any of it until last summer. My cousin Max was in town, and we decided to check it out. Max had just gotten this high-end drone with thermal sensors and night vision, and we figured, why not do a little ghost hunting? Dumb, I know. We parked off a dirt road around midnight, and hiked half a mile up the ridge. It was dead silent, no wind, no bugs, just the sound of our boots crunching gravel. Then we heard it. A faint, distant cry. Barely there. Like it was caught in the wind. Max froze. "You hear that?" I nodded. Probably a coyote. But then it happened again. Closer. Longer. It was a little girl, crying. Not screaming. Not calling for help. Just this heartbroken, lonely sobbing. We followed the sound. Max launched the drone up ahead. He kept looking at his tablet screen, scanning the night vision. Then he stopped walking. "There's something out there," he said. "On the edge of the cliff." He turned the screen to me, and I swear to God I saw a girl, maybe 10 or 11 years old, standing barefoot near the ledge, long hair covering her face, just standing there. Max zoomed in. That's when we realized she wasn't casting a shadow, and neither was the cliff beneath her. Then she looked up. Even through the grainy night vision, we saw her face, or rather, the lack of one. Her eyes were just black holes, leaking what looked like thick, dark tears. The feed cut out. The drone dropped like a stone. We heard it crash somewhere in the rocks. Then everything went silent. No crying, no wind, not even our footsteps. It was like the world muted itself. Max whispered, "We need to leave. Now." We turned to go back down the path, but it wasn't there. The trail had shifted or disappeared. I don't know. But every direction we turned, it felt wrong. And then came the crying again, but this time it was right behind us. I spun around with my flashlight, but nothing was there. Then Max screamed. I turned and saw him backing away, his eyes wide. "She touched me," he said. Her hand was freezing. I didn't wait. I grabbed him and ran. We didn't stop until we reached the truck. I don't even remember how we found it. We just climbed in, locked the doors, and sat there shaking. When Max finally spoke again, he was pale. "She whispered something," he said, "right in my ear." I asked him what. He wouldn't say for a long time. Weeks later, he finally told me. She said my name, and then she said, "You're next." A month after that, Max went missing. He told his mom he was going hiking alone, and he never came back. Police found his truck near Devil's Ridge. The only thing they found inside? His drone. The footage had been wiped except for one file. It was a short video clip, just 10 seconds of static, and then the image of the crying girl staring into the camera, her eyes dripping black, and just before it ends, she smiles. Would you follow the sound of a crying child into the dark? What if she knew your name before you ever met her? And if someone you love disappeared near Devil's Ridge, would you go looking? Or would you listen to the locals and stay far away no matter what you hear at night? Have you ever called customer service and felt like the person on the other end wasn't human? I'm not talking about chatbots or automated menus. I'm talking about something that knows you better than you know yourself. Last month, I was dealing with a billing error from my internet provider, Spectrum. They overcharged me $120, so I called their support line. The automated voice menu answered as usual. But something was off. It didn't list the typical options. Instead, it greeted me with, "Hello, Daniel. Let's resolve your billing issue." I never said my name. I hadn't even entered my account number. Curious, I stayed on the line. Is this about the $120 charge from the 18th of June? It was. Would you like me to remove it? I said yes, half laughing, thinking maybe they'd upgraded their AI systems. But then the voice paused. You were going to call at 3:15 p.m. Why did you wait until now? I glanced at the clock. It was 3:23 p.m. I'm always here, Daniel, watching. My stomach tightened. I hung up. Not even 2 minutes later, my phone rang. Same Spectrum support number. I didn't answer. It went to voicemail. When I checked the message, I heard nothing but static and breathing. That night, my Alexa Echo Dot started responding without prompts. It kept saying, "Daniel, your call is still active." Even after I unplugged it, it spoke. I threw it in the trash. Over the next week, my phone would buzz once at random times, no notifications, no calls, just a short buzz as if reminding me it was there. Then came the final call. It was 2:46 a.m. My phone lit up. Spectrum support. This time, I answered. The voice was no longer synthetic. It was human. Or at least, it sounded human. "Daniel, there's been a correction to your account balance." I asked who I was speaking to. The voice responded, "I'm the last person you'll ever speak to." The lights in my apartment flickered. My laptop turned on by itself. On the screen, it showed my account dashboard, but my personal info was distorted, like corrupted files. Then came the whispers. From the phone, from the speakers, from behind me. "I am always here, Daniel. You called me. You invited me in." The call ended, but the buzzing didn't. Ever since that night, I've been receiving calls from numbers that don't exist, area codes that trace back to nowhere. Every call, I hear static, then breathing, then silence. I canceled my Spectrum account, switched providers, new phone, new number. It didn't matter. Last night at 3:15 a.m., my new phone rang. No caller ID. I didn't answer, but the voicemail was already there, waiting. It said, "You owe me time, Daniel. Let's resolve this." Have you ever had a tech glitch that didn't feel like a glitch? A voice that knew more than it should? Share your story in the comments below. The most chilling ones might be featured in my next video. Closing message from Mr.Somberrift. If this story is unsettled, you let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Got a true experience you want to share? Email us, mr.somberrift@gmail.com. Your nightmare might be our next story. Until then, sleep with the light on, and if you see two